Okay, hello, dudes and dudettes from around the world. I am Tim Janakis, the founder of the love bombing cult of outer dementia, and this is my love bombing to all the fucking Nimrods or ignoramuses who tell me, "Oh, this Gosho wasn't part of the Goshos of Nichiren because the Nichiren Shu doesn't believe it." It's part of the like Nichiren Shu is a freaking really a sect of Buddhism. It's not an organic sect. So just in case you guys hadn't read the history books of Japan, like I have for the last 12 years I've been in Japan, I read too many books. I'm not going to name them all. Some of them are back there on that bookshelf right there, but a lot of them are at the libraries. I borrowed them from in Sendai and Niigata and many other places I went in Japan to get a lot of English books on the history of Japan. So just to tell you, in case you didn't read the history books, and I'm not going to tell you all of them because you're going to have to come to Japan and do it, the Nichiren Shu is not an organic sect of Buddhism. After the Warring State period where the shogun and all the samurais were destroying the whole country and starting war all over because everyone was rebelling against their rule, and they were burning down whole mountains with thousands of temples, like the Mount Hiei, 8,000 temples went up in fire. Um, when the emperor came back, started to slowly come back in power, they wanted to consolidate the power of the emperor and bring it under a national. They wanted to create national unity, which eventually drove the country into war against other countries. Which is if they're not going to kill themselves, they might as well kill other people. That's how their culture was. It was all about death and destruction because they were all following Zen, Buddhism, and other stupid false religions that pretty much negate the infiniteness of the true Buddha that you are from time without beginning. Anyway, that's a whole long story. But anyway, the Nichiren Shu was a creation of the government. They asked all the, and I'm not sure the exact year now, but you can look it up. They took all the competing sects of Buddhism and they tried to make consolidated schools of Buddhism at that time in order to have national unity. So they asked all the competing sects of Nichiren Buddhism to join together and call themselves one religion, or one sect of religion called Nichiren Shu. It was a creation of the government to have national unity to eventually lead them into war, which Nichiren Shu became the biggest supporter of the war against half of Asia and the world. But anyway, Nichiren Shu was just the ones who agreed, all the competing sects of Nichiren Buddhism that agreed to be under this umbrella of the government in one sect called Nichiren Shu. They formed a conglomeration of sects, competing sects. So anyone who says Nichiren Shu doesn't believe this, or Nichiren Shu thinks this Gosho is not a real Gosho, here's two books, 1,000 pages, or at least how many thousand pages? Yeah, over 1,000 pages and over 1,000 pages. This is not even all the writings. These are the ones that who cares what Nichiren Shu thinks? They're not a fucking sect. They're an instrument of the government, so they never were a sect. I have a lot of qualms with a lot of the other Nichiren sects that didn't go along with Nichiren Shu and decided to stay independent, like Nichiren Shoshu. But anyway, that's maybe one point that Nichiren Shoshu has above most of the Nichiren Shu sects, is that they didn't agree with the government to put apart all their secular differences and all their disputes over Goshos and over different things that they disputed over, and decide to become part of one under umbrella government funded, our government controlled institution called Nichiren Shu. So anyone who thinks Nichiren Shu knows which one of these 2,000 pages are actually writings from Nichiren Daishonin, you're pretty much a fool if you believe that. So anyway, that's all I got to say to all the people who post on my place that I delete theirs, because they delete mine. They delete my posts every time I post on their lie pages, their fraught with lies pages. So I'll just delete any of you guys who post anything on my thing. Ping, you're gone. Unless you say something that's actually truthful, but none of you guys know anything truthful because you guys quote Nichiren Shu, which you don't even know anything about Nichiren Shu. You got to read the history of Japan. Okay, peace out. Love you all. How do you stop the thing? Stop! Oh, it's just shop.